So whether you're a new seller or an experienced seller, you often hear the term the buy box. Now, when I started, I was always confused, like, what the hell is the buy box? What is everybody talking about? What the hell is it? So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what the buy box is, how to win it, the 3 different metrics that are tracked in the Amazon algorithm to win the buy box, and common questions that I often get regarding the buy box. So by the end of this video, you should have a clear understanding how everything works and have a clear strategy on winning the buy box effectively. So let's just get right into it. So the buy box is that little box that's on the side when you go to a listing and you want to shop. For example, let's check out this listing right here. The buy box is this right here. This is where all the sales happen. About 80% of the sales happen on this buy box right here. So there's different metrics that are tracked that the Amazon algorithm picks up for sellers to win it. So essentially, there's something called a buy box rotation. So there is 3 metrics that you need to track to be able to be in that rotation. First one being that you need to have a good stock. You need to be in stock, have like at least a month of supply, be priced competitively, at least 5% above or below the buy box so that you can get a share in the buy box, and have good shipping time. So prime sellers, when they're fully checked in, can win the buy box. Or if you're doing FBM, you need to have your shipping template optimized so that you can have good shipping time and win the buy box. So I should mention that Amazon doesn't really care about its sellers. They only care about what's good for the customer. So if you are priced very low here, so you see this seller here is priced at $14.74 and the seller that's winning the buy box is at $18.50, and he is winning it at $4 above the lowest seller because he has a good delivery time. And he also, well, earlier today, he had 30 in stock. I was actually looking at this earlier today. But he had good stock. He has a very good delivery time. You can get this in 2 to 3 days. And this one here, you can see here, the seller has a long delivery time, January 27th, because they're not fully checked in. They probably just send their inventory off to Amazon. So they're not going to win the buy box until maybe next week when it's fully checked in. So another thing is you have to be priced competitively. So this seller here is at $18. And all of these other sellers are trying to take away the buy box by tanking the price. You don't need to tank the price. You just have to wait till your inventory checks in fully, and then the buy box will automatically rotate. There's a metric that you can track here in Keepa. So if you go to data and you go to buy box statistics, here you can actually see how the buy box rotates. So if we zoom out to 90 days, actually we'll just do 30 days. You can see here, this is the buy box rotation. So this seller here, Beach Gateway, is taking 11% of his reviews. He has 3,000 reviews. You don't necessarily need to have good reviews to win the buy box, but it does help. If you're in stock, the longer you're on the listing, the longer you're on the buy box, the longer your buy box percentage. So as long as this is evenly distributed, you can make the educated decision that you can also be priced around these prices here, $14 to $19, and you can win the buy box as well. As long as you have good delivery time, you have a good amount of stock, and you are priced competitively between 14 and 19, you should have a shot at winning the buy box. If you want to learn how to make your shipping template the proper way, I can make a video on that as well. Let me know in the comments and I'll go ahead and work on that. Common questions that I get regarding the buy box is, how can I tell if I'm able to win the buy box on a listing? So let's get into that. So checking the buy box statistics, that is how you're going to be able to assume or make the educated decision that you can actually sell at these prices and you have a shot at winning the buy box, whether that's FBM is winning the buy box here, or FBA. FBA is also winning the buy box here. So this one here, this listing is FBA and FBM. They're both sharing the sales. They're both sharing the buy box. They're evenly distributed, because I've seen listings where the buy box is distributed only for FBA sellers. So let me check right here real quick. See this one here, if you zoom out, only FBM sellers are winning the buy box here. Only one FBA seller is winning the buy box. So this is more FBM dominant. So it would make sense to do FBM here. Although there is one FBA seller, which is this guy here. The guy that's currently in the buy box is hogging up a lot of sales. Front row. He probably has a lot of stock. And he's a giant. He's doing wholesale for sure. So you can win the buy box a lot more effectively if you have a lot of stock. That's why it makes sense. A lot of these big time wholesale guys always have a pretty good percentage of the buy box. And also in my experience, as well as doing wholesale, I do get a lot of buy box percentage because I'm able to be in stock longer because I have those large quantities. So if you want to win the buy box a little more, maybe order a little bit more quantity with your suppliers. Another question that I commonly get is, I'm doing FBM. Can I still win the buy box? Yes, you can still win the buy box. You just need to optimize your shipping template. So what I mean by that is that in your settings, if you have, like, for example, I'm in California. So my shipping template, if I was to be doing FBM from California, the California state and surrounding states will have a shipping time of 1 to 2 days. And anything in the East Coast would be showing 4 to 5 days realistically. So you have to optimize your shipping template. You also have to put your handling time as 0-day handling time. And it also helps if you have a repricer. So if you have at least 20 or 30 ASINs, it helps to have an AI automated repricer to help you basically move the pricing. You basically set your minimum price, the lowest price you're willing to go, and the maximum price, and you let the AI toggle between those two prices so you can win the buy box without having to do much work, and you can capture more sales. I'll leave a link down below of the repricer that I currently use. I'm using SellerSnap, which is like the top of the line seller repricer because it's AI and it moves really quickly. It's the most expensive one, but SellerSnap is amazing. If you have at least 50 ASINs, I recommend SellerSnap. But a cheaper alternative version will probably be Goara, which is also an AI repricer. But SellerSnap, I just love it so much. It's amazing. I just set the minimums, the maximums, and then it just does the work. It captures sales like consistently. So anyways, back to what I was saying. That is another way you can capture sales, even as an FBM seller is using a repricer, having a good shipping time, being priced competitively. Another question that I commonly get is, there is no buy box. Now, what does this mean? So on a listing when there's no buy box, I think this one here, let's see. So this listing here, there is no buy box. And let me show you exactly what this means. This means that Amazon thinks that this 2-pack of little sponges, which is going for $10, Amazon is saying to its customers that they don't think that the price is fair here, that Amazon is selling it too overpriced and you have a better shot at getting it at a different place. Like I mentioned, Amazon doesn't care about its sellers. They only care about their customer and the best experience to them possible. So if Amazon thinks that these 2 sponges going for $10 is too expensive, they're probably better off at getting it at Walmart. That's why there is no featured offer available. Also, another reason is probably because the shipping time is a little bit too far out. This one here, the shipping time is on Saturday, which is 2-day shipping. But still it's priced around $10, which still Amazon deems it as too expensive. So I try to stay away from these listings because usually this is just a race to the bottom. Everybody will just start tanking the listing because they want to be the first offer here showing up at the top. Usually the top offer is the lowest price is the one getting all the sales. So I try to stay away from them. But this one I did check the Keepa earlier, and you can see there is sales happening here. So there's some listings where I will jump on, but I just thread lightly on that. So how do I know what price to sell the product at? So I get this question a lot, and I'm going to bring up this listing here. So what I would do if I was buying this product from Lego and I wanted to buy these keychains, I would calculate my selling price. I would calculate it on the buy box price. Also check the price history, and I would draw a line across the middle right here and check the average. The average looks like it's around 14 or 15. Just recently, this started going up a little bit. seller count is dropping, the price is going up here, but you also need to calculate your price on the average selling price just to be sure. So if I had to draw a line across, it would be around $13-14. I would calculate at the lowest possible price, which would be $14-19 if I had to liquidate at that price. If this listing went back to the average selling price, I had to make sure I'm profitable there. If I'm jumping on this listing, I would calculate on this price, but I would just be sure that I'm profitable also at the average selling price. So I'm a new seller. Can I still win the buy box? Yes, you can win the buy box. You don't need any reviews. You don't need an aged account to get sales on Amazon. You can win the buy box. All you have to really do is just set your handling time. Like I mentioned earlier, set your handling time to 0 if you're doing FBM. Optimize your shipping template. Fix all the settings on your shipping template. Make sure that your state, the one that you're shipping out of, has 1 to 2 days shipping, and the state furthest away from you has like 3 to 4 days shipping, and that the carriers closest to you, maybe if you're closer to a UPS, you're utilizing UPS. If you're closer to a post office, you're utilizing the post office, and everything like that. So optimize your shipping settings. If you have more than 20-30 ASINs, use a Repricer. Yeah, just monitor the pricing and you should be able to get sales in the buy box as well. So that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And as always, see you guys in the next one.